You know that instant moment when you see a car and just feel it? That spark of excitement before you even turn the key? Welcome to that exact feeling, only made real. Today we're diving deep into the all-new 2026 Peugeot 2008 GT, a subcompact SUV that's brimming with character, elegance, and fresh upgrades at every turn. If you're someone who gets a little thrill from design details, performance surprises, or tech that actually makes life easier, well, buckle up. By the end of our journey, you'll know why this little crossover isn't just another facelift. It's a bold step forward for the 2008. Let's jump in. Let's start with the exterior design and styling. Right off the bat, the 2026 2008 GT feels sharper, more aggressive, even with that lovingly compact footprint. The grille has grown subtly wider, framed by those signature vertical LED daytime running lights that peek through almost like eyes daring you to look twice. The front bumper is more sculpted than before, with sporty accents around the lower air intake that hint at performance even before you hit the gas. Step back and the profile flows beautifully. The creases running from the headlights down to the rear fenders give it a dynamic silhouette, like it's ready to pounce at any moment. The wheels are available in upgraded 18 or 19-inch alloys with a machine finish that catch the light just so, and the floating roof look, contrasting color topping off the body, is a playful nod to personalization. Around back, the full-width LED tail light strip is elegantly integrated, giving a modern signature glow when you're cruising at dusk. All in all, Peugeot's designers have struck a fine balance between style and substance. Clean, modern, but with real attitude. Now, on to the interior, comfort, and tech, where the 2026 2008 GT really shines. Slide inside and you're greeted by that compact, upright steering wheel that Peugeot is known for, quicker to turn, more engaging, and nestled just below this additional floating instrument panel that feels very cockpit-like. The digital driver display is sharp and customizable, with crisp graphics and intuitive layout, tools, trip data, safety alerts all right in your line of sight without being over the top. The center screen has grown in size, now an 8 or maybe even 10-inch touchscreen depending on trim, tilted slightly toward you for easy reach. And yes, it supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, plus a slick built-in navigation system that doesn't feel laggy or clunky. Touch materials have stepped up nicely too. Soft touch dash surfaces, subtle stitching, aluminum finish appliques on the dash and doors. And the seats, especially in GT trim, are supportive, upholstered in a mix of high-grade cloth and leatherette with bright contrast stitching that gives a sporty but refined feel. There's generous headroom, and while it's a subcompact SUV, a couple of tall adults can sit behind each other fairly comfortably. Cargo space is competitive for the class, and the rear seats split and fold easily to make more room for hauling bigger items. Climate control is dual zone in higher trims, so the driver and passenger can each dial their comfort, and vent placement keeps airflow gentle and even. This cabin doesn't feel tight or cramped. It feels thoughtful, premium, and just easy to live with. Under the hood, the powertrain options and performance specs are compelling. Depending on your market, Peugeot offers multiple powertrains. Most commonly, a turbocharged 1-liter 3-cylinder, making roughly 130 horses and around 140 Nm of torque. That's just enough to feel peppy in city traffic, with a smooth 8-speed automatic that shifts politely yet responsively. For those wanting even more zest, there's a 1.2-liter 3-cylinder turbocharged version kicking out around 160 horses and a bit more torque, translating into brisk acceleration and confidence on the highway. The steering feels nimble and precise. It's a car you don't just drive, you engage with. Suspension tuning smartly balances composure and comfort. Imperfections in the road don't feel jarring, yet when you lean into a corner, the 2008 GT feels eager, flattish, and just sporty enough to be fun. Fuel economy hasn't been sacrificed. You can realistically see mid-30 plus miles per gallon on the smaller engine if you're careful, and even the stronger engine only nudges lower. Not bad for a lively subcompact crossover. Now, what about off-road capabilities? Look, this isn't a hardcore Jeep or Defender, but it's better than your basic city crossover. The 2008 GT gets a raised ride height, skid plate styling below the bumper, and a selectable driving mode system that includes a gravel or snow setting to optimize traction. Front-wheel drive remains standard, but the system intelligently manages wheel slip and applies power where it helps most. Some markets may even offer an all-wheel drive variant, something to check in your area specifically. But even in the FWD models, ground clearance is improved just enough to handle gravel roads or light trails with assurance. If you're into occasional outdoor escapes or rougher rural roads, this feels noticeably more capable than the previous generation. Again, solid progress without going full off-roader. When it comes to safety and driver assist features, Peugeot hasn't cut corners. The 2026-2008 GT rolls with a full suite of modern aids: autonomous emergency braking, pedestrian detection, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control with stop-and-go capability, and even traffic sign recognition. The radar and camera systems are well integrated, so most alerts feel natural and not intrusive. At higher trim levels, you can get automatic high-beam switching, driver attention fatigue alert, and a head-up display that projects key info speed, NAV prompts, safety warnings, right into your line of sight. It's peace of mind by design. Tech that keeps you safer without nagging, and smarter systems that react faster than human reflexes alone. Let's talk trim levels and pricing, because you want to know what's available and how much it'll cost. Pricing will vary worldwide, of course, but in markets like Western Europe, you might see the entry-level trim, call it Active or Allure, starting around 26,000, saying the word for pricing, 26,000 euros. That gets you a solid base of features, plus the smaller Turbo 3 engine. Move up to the GT trim, and you're in the 31,000 euro range, adding those sporty exterior touches, upgraded wheels, leatherette or premium cloth seats with stitching, adaptive cruise, that larger center screen and enhanced audio. There may also be a GT Premium or Pack version creeping into the 34,000 to 35,000 euro territory, bundling in panoramic sunroof, head-up display, premium sound, and advanced lighting systems. If you're in markets like the UK, Gulf region, or Australia, think in the equivalent pounds, dirhams, or Australian dollars. Still, expect a range roughly between 20,000 and 35,000 depending on spec. Value-wise, I think it's competitive. These days, hitting that mid-30,000 price point for a cross-shopper-friendly EV or hybrid gets you more, but for a well-rounded, stylish, tech-rich petrol crossover like this, the 2008 GT holds its own with flair. So, what's the final verdict? Why does the 2026 Peugeot 2008 GT really stand out in its class? It's simple. It marries styling, refinement, and playful capability in a package that fights well above its size category. The exterior pops with character. The interior feels refined and well executed. The powertrains deliver both efficiency and real enjoyment. Safety tech feels both intelligent and substantial. And yes, it sneaks in a touch of off-road cred without sacrificing poise. Compared to its predecessor, you've got sharper design, smarter tech, better chassis tuning, and more modern driver assistance. Compared to similarly priced rivals, the 2008 GT feels like a small luxury, without the small luxury ticket. It's not just a practical crossover, it's a statement maker. If you're a city dweller looking for style, a commuter craving efficiency, or someone who occasionally escapes the pavement for fun, the 2026 Peugeot 2008 GT delivers. It's fun to drive, easy to live with, and richly designed, with a sense of identity that some rivals simply lack. Thanks for riding along on this detailed tour. If you enjoyed digging into the 2008 GT with me, If you felt that spark when the headlights lit up, if you're planning your next personal crossover, or if you have questions or thoughts, I want to hear them. Be sure to like this video, leave a comment below with what you think, whether it's your favorite feature or something you'd change, and subscribe so you don't miss the next review, and of course share with anyone you know who's shopping for a crossover with character. Until next time, keep your wheels turning and your curiosity alive. See you soon.